I see we are still in the break time. We will start the class in 5 minutes. Meanwhile, you can look at this table and try to get those formulae or those derivatives by heart. Get them by heart now. Good noon. You have to look at both the columns, the function as well as its derivative. Devdarshan, I will teach you basics of integration, but it will not be a lot. I'm pretty sure. It will take barely half an hour or maximum 1 hour. Sir, can you extend the assignment submission date, sir? I have asked them to extend it until Friday. There is no, don't worry. I just want us to know how to solve those problems, that's all. There is no urgency on solving them currently. Target for today's session is to learn more rules of differentiation. Ishwar, the integration which I will teach is enough for class 7, class 11 physics, sir. It will be enough for class 12 physics also. Do not worry. The integration that we are going to teach in the class will be enough for physics. That's the idea. Yeah. What is the derivative of linear equation, sir? Jeffrey asks. Derivatives are calculated or derivatives are found for expressions, not equations. So if you meant linear expression, the derivative of that would be the coefficient of x in that. Okay? It's like, look at the identity function x. Derivative of this is 1. So if this was 2x, the derivative would be 2. If this was 5x, the derivative would be 5. Okay? A standard form of a linear function is ax plus b. So the derivative of ax plus b with respect to x is a. What happened to b? B is a constant term. So its derivative will be 0. Yeah, many of you are actually messaging me saying you are able to solve more problems now, even from different books, not just from the textbook and all that. I'm happy to hear that. But I am also a little unhappy to not hear from others. Okay? There are a certain set of people who are contacting me, who are interacting with me. I want participation from more of you, more people, more of you. Like, there are 180, 190 students in the class. Almost only 10 students are constantly in interaction with me. 10 or 20 more students are asking for links, etc. Maybe some doubts occasionally. But almost 150 of us are not asking any doubts. 150 of us have not uploaded any homework on Learnity at all. Okay? That is actually very disheartening to see. For the first time, I checked out Learnity portal yesterday. When I checked Learnity portal yesterday, I saw that many homeworks were given in the name of physics for several batches, for NEET batch, for JEE batch, 11th, 12th, all combined. Like, many homeworks are given in the name of physics, but very few uploads are there. I really want to see more uploads. Maybe you're feeling certain homework is difficult or something. Maybe I'll dial down on difficulty level. Okay. I will create a homework that is pretty easy to write, pretty easy to submit also. So let us try to do that. Okay. Manvi, we are unable to upload, sir. Okay, Manvi, and others in the class, please listen. Apparently, there is a size limit for a file that can be uploaded on Learnity portal. If you are uploading it as an image file, it cannot be more than 4 MB in size, 4 megabytes in size. Okay. So it converting to PDF will make sure the size of the file is relatively less, relatively small. Okay, so apparently you're not able to upload files because the size is more than 4 MB. That is what I'm told. So I'm telling you that information. Okay, on Learnity there is apparently a limit. Also, when you take pictures, try to reduce the resolution of the picture. Try to resolve. I mean, there are, you have the camera app no on your phone. Tinker with the settings. If you check out the settings, there will be several recommended resolutions. You reduce the resolution to very small value, so that the overall picture size, the file size will also be very less. Okay. These days, with most of the cameras that we use in the phone cameras, the proper picture in very well lit conditions will take the picture size to almost 7 MB, 10 MB. This for a normal camera. Okay. So yeah, beware. Jeffrey says, I can't upload even 1 MB PDF, sir. Okay. I will let them know. Thanks for letting me know. I'll tell them also. Japeth, sir, we can log in. Japeth asks something. You will not be able to see. What do you mean, me? Oh, you are telling others? But also, there is an app called Handbrake for this purpose, but it is a PC app. Okay. In PC, I mean, MS Paint can do this job. Don't worry. Japeth, you. What do you mean to tell me, Japeth? Are you Japeth or Japeth? I don't know. Yeah. Homework is a bit tough, sir. How can I improve? Practice only. Shailesh, it's okay. See, you're already able to judge a question whether it is difficult or easy. So that's the first part of solving a problem. With practice, you will get it. With practice, you will get it. Don't worry. Is this week's test easy, sir? By tomorrow, I can tell you. I have not looked at all the problems. I'll keep it as easy as possible. Balamurugan says, sir, I am feeling it very time consuming to do the homework. If it is extended till Saturday, I can try harder and submit to you, sir. Yeah, submit to me as and when you can. Atish, should we write questions, sir? Never. No need. Sir, but concepts in physics, concepts in NEET, batch homework are unknown, sir. You will not know those homeworks. Don't worry. I can see them. You cannot. Sir, many of us don't know how to upload, sir. Ashwin says. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll ask the office people to send an instruction SMS to you. How to upload a homework. Karke. Will that be fine? I will ask them to send an instruction SMS to you or some message, some form of message. I'll ask them to send you instructing how to upload your homework on the Learnity portal. Will our homework be counted when we submit it after the end of date? Girish Khanna. See, it is in my hands, Girish Khanna. I'm telling you, do it. Do the homework as and when you can do it. Like by this weekend, you do it at least. Okay. I just want you guys to try the homework questions. Whether you get an answer or not, I don't care. I just want to see some work. If you don't get the answer, I will teach you how to get the answer. I just want to see some work. I just want to see that you thought about the question, you did something about the question, you are not able to go anywhere else. That's okay. Sashwan, good for you. Submit your work, Siddharth. If it is right, it is right. If it is wrong, it is wrong. I will give the solutions to the homework anyway, so you can verify the correctness of the homework with that solution. Vince asks which book is good for exercise. Seeker's module and CBSE textbook. Seeker's module and CBSE textbook. Okay, just these two books can take you to NITs. Understood? Just these two books, if properly done, in all subjects, of course, can take you to NITs very easily without breaking much of sweat. You asked me a doubt in WhatsApp, Sudarshan. Okay, I'll do it. Ping me again. I might have lost it also. Ping me again. Say hi. Remind me on WhatsApp. I will do. Don't worry. Me, I did BTech in NIT Trichy. That was long back, way long back, 2006 batch. Okay, so we are here now. We'll start the class. I'm closing the chat. Good afternoon to all of you again. Good afternoon to all the students. We'll try to continue from yesterday. This was the table that we saw yesterday. We were asked to learn or get this table by heart. Derivative of a constant function is 0. Derivative of x with respect to x is 0. All these are derivatives with respect to x only. So instead of saying derivative with respect to x, I will simply say derivative from now on. But it means derivative with respect to x. Okay. If it is a derivative with respect to something else, I will specifically say it. Okay. Sorry. So derivative of constant 0. Derivative of x 1. Derivative of x square 2x. Derivative of x cube 3x square. Similarly, derivative of x power 4 4x cube. Derivative of x power 10 10x power 9. Derivative of x power minus 6 minus 6x power minus 7. See, the number seems to increase, but actually it's a decrease. No, minus 7. Minus 6 minus 1. So it becomes minus 7. Derivative of 1 by x minus 1 by x square. Derivative of root x 1 by 2 root x. These are all some algebraic functions. And up to logarithmic functions now. Derivative of ln x is 1 by x. Derivative of log x. Log x. See, there are rules of logarithms where you can say log x to the base 10 can be written as log x to the base e divided by log 10 to the base e. This is what is called as change of base rule in logarithms. This is called as change of base rule. We are changing the base of the logarithm. See, log x to the base 10 can be written as log x to the base e divided by log 10 to the base e. Okay, so basically derivative of this is nothing but derivative of this. In this, derivative of log x to the base e is nothing but ln x. Log x to the base e is nothing but ln x. So the derivative of that is 1 by x. So that is why you are getting this 1 by x here. And you get a log 10 to the base e in the denominator because it is a constant. Because it is a coefficient only. It is just a multiplying factor. So it will not get differentiated as 0. Okay, so the derivative of log x to the base 10 is 1 by x ln 10. Exponential functions. A power x derivative, a power x ln a. E power x derivative, e power x ln e. But ln e is nothing but 1. So e power x derivative, e power x. And then there are trigonometric functions. Derivative of sin x is cos x. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Derivative of tan x is secant square x. Now, for corresponding complementary functions, the derivatives are actually negatives and they look very similar. For tan x derivative is secant square x. For cot x derivative is minus cosecant square x. For sin x derivative is cos x. For cos x derivative is minus sin x. For secant x derivative is secant x tan x. For cosecant x derivative is minus cosecant x cot x. So like that. So you can remember, you can try to remember those derivatives. Please remember those derivatives. Can you send the homework to you, sir? Please do not send the homework to me. It will get lost. I have very poor organizing ability. Please send the homework on Learnity. That is where it will be there forever. So I can go check it anywhere, anytime I want. Siddharth, for you. Kavin Raj says already studied, sir. Very good. This is a recap. That's why it's called a recap. Okay, so today we will see rules of differentiation. So we will see the rules of differentiation. Okay. The first rule, this first rule, the derivative of k times f of x is equal to k times the derivative of f of x. Okay, the derivative of k times f of x. What does it mean? D by dx of k times f of x equals k into d by dx of f of x. F of x is a function, k is a scalar, or it could be a simple number. You could say k is nothing but a real number. Okay, what does it mean? We know, example we see, we know derivative of sin x is equal to cos x, don't we? We know the derivative of sin x is cos x with respect to x. If we want to find derivative of 2 sin x, this would be 2 times derivative of sin x, which would be 2 cos x. So the derivative of 2 sin x is 2 cos x. Similarly, derivative of 3x is 3. Derivative of minus 8x is minus 8. Derivative of root 5x is equal to root 5. Derivative of x by 3 is equal to 1 by 3. Derivative of x by root 7 minus x by root 7, let us say, is equal to minus 1 by root 7. Derivative of 2 power 3 into x. We'll write something different. X root of 5 cube, let us say, is equal to square root of 5 cube. That's all. Okay. D by dx of 2 power 3 by 2 into x is equal to 2 power 3 by 2. Okay. Now, another example. We have derivative of root x is equal to 1 by 2 root x. Is it not? We have derivative of root x is equal to 1 by 2 root x. Then derivative of root of 3x will be what? Derivative of root of 3x will be what? The root of 3x actually can be written as derivative of this one. Root of 3x can be written as root 3 into root x. Root of 3x can be written as root 3 into root x. So the derivative of that will be root 3 times the derivative of root x. And therefore we have root 3 by 2 root x. That would be the derivative of root of 3x. Understood or not? So the derivative of root of 3x is this, root 3 by 2 root x. This root 3 is a coefficient of the term. It will stay as such. For the remaining function, you find derivative. Remaining function is root x, not x. Okay. Remaining function is root x. The derivative of root x is 2 root x by 1 by 2 root x. Sorry. So the derivative of root of 3x is root 3 by 2 root x. Okay. You want other examples maybe? D by dx of 5x square will be what? Tell me in the chat. You tell me. What is d by dx of 5x square? D by dx of 5x square. The coefficient of the term is 5. Okay, the coefficient of the term is 5. The 5 will stay as such. 5 will not change. And then you have to differentiate x square. Okay, so the answer for this would be 5 into derivative of x square, which is 2x. So 5 into 2x is 10x. So derivative of 5x square is 10x. Similarly, what will be the derivative of 6 by x? Next one, what is the derivative of 6 by x? What's the derivative of 6 by x? See, 6 by x is 6 into what function it is? 6 by x is not 6 into x. 6 by x is 6 into 1 by x. Pranav, small mistake. Srikant, small mistake. Others, big mistakes. Vijay Rubesh, correct. Wins, small mistake. Shailesh, right. Aparajita, wrong. Sudarshan is right. Kavindraj, wrong. Gayatri, small mistake, huh? Is it Gayatri or who? Yeah, Gayatri is small mistake. N Gayatri. Campaign Victor, mistake. Check your answer. Okay, so fourth one is d by dx of 6 by x. So that is nothing but 6 into d by dx of, what is that? 6 into what function is that? 6 into d by dx of 1 by x it is. 6 by x is not 6 into x. 6 by x is 6 into 1 by x. So the derivative of that. What is the derivative of 1 by x? It is minus 1 by x square. So multiplied by 6 you get minus 6 by x square. Minus 6 by x square. That is correct. Okay. So the derivative of 6 by x is minus 6 by x square. It's a simple thing only. It's a simple rule. See, there are many places where we can do very simple mistakes. We want to avoid that only. Okay, so that is why we are looking at more examples. More examples, of course. Yeah. D by dx of 6x power 5 is equal to fifth one. D by dx of 6x power 5. Tashwant, check your answer. Others are all right. Okay. So d by dx of 6 into x power 5. Ishwar, wrong answer. Check your answer again. Sudarshan, why is 6 power 4? 30 multiplied to 6 power 4. Why is it? X power 4. That is right. Briju Anand, it is not just 30x, something else. Dev Darshan, I can't see your answer, man. If it is right, I would have skipped it. Yeah, that is right. Correct. Okay, so d by dx of 6x power 5 is 6 into derivative of x power 5, which is 5x power 4. So the answer would be 30x power 4. Do not forget x. Do not say 30 power 4. Wrong. Do not say 30x. Wrong. You are forgetting certain things there. That's all. Okay. These are small mistakes only. These are small mistakes only. Anjay, not 30x. It is not 30x, Anjay. Another example. D by dx of x power 100 by 100. That's okay. I don't have to say sorry. If you're learning something, don't say sorry. Okay. No point saying sorry. Just do not repeat the mistake. That's all you have to do. Don't say sorry, never. So d by dx of x power 100 by 100. Answer. Kiran Raj found a way to write exponent properly somehow. Kaushik Babu, check your answer. Ashwati Iyer, check your answer. See, I am getting a lot of answers. Okay. So if your answer is right, I am not going to tell you. If your answer is wrong, I will tell you. Ishwar, check your answer. There are like 50 people answering here, so it will be difficult for me to pinpoint on everyone for correct answers. Okay, so d by dx of x power 100 by 100. What is the coefficient here? X power 100 by 100 is nothing but 1 by 100 times x power 100. So d by dx of derivative of that is 1 by 100 times derivative of x power 100, which is 100 into x power 100 minus 1, that is 99. 100s get cancelled, x power 99. That would be the answer. Okay, I think you are getting the hang of it. D by dx of, let us do a little more here. D by dx of 3 ln x equal to what? Logarithmic function. Seventh question. D by dx of 3 ln x is equal to. This is all right, correct. Okay, so Srikant, check your answer. Devdarshan, check your answer. Derivative of 3 ln x is 3 times the derivative of ln x. What is the derivative of ln x? Now derivative of ln x is 1 by x, so 3 by x. Shailesh, 3x factorial, what do you mean? Ashwin, it's not 1 by x. Siddharth MP, it's not 1 by x. Ah, okay. Hey, don't give me intermediate answers, Ra. I'll be confused. Okay. So derivative of 3 ln x is 3 by x. Okay. All right. Now tell me. Derivative of ln of root x. Derivative of ln of root x. Okay. Understood, Ashwin. Derivative of ln of root x. Some of you are saying 1 by root x. 1 by root x is not the answer. That much I can tell you. 1 by root x is not the answer. There are less answers here, correct answers. Okay, Devanand right. Vijay Rubesh wrong. Anirudh wrong. Minus 2 root x is wrong. Gayatri is right. N Gayatri, huh? Siddharth MP is right. Girish Khanna is right. Priyadarshan is correct. Vidushan is correct. Square by x root x. No. 1 by 2. Sherwin, Nagarjun, correct. Okay, good. So there are some good answers, some confusions. Okay, see here. D by dx of ln of root x. There are a couple of ways to do it. There is a rule called chain rule that we will be learning later. Using that you can do this, or you can use properties of logarithms. There is a property of logarithm that says log of a power n can be written as n times log a. There is a property of logarithm that says log of a power n is nothing but n times log a. Using that, d by dx of ln of root x. Root x is nothing but x power half. Is it not? So it is ln of x power half basically. That is a function. So because there is x power half inside the logarithm, I can take that exponent outside, like here. Log of a power n is equal to n log a, no? So the exponent inside the logarithm can be brought out as a coefficient for logarithm. So like that, I can change the function like this. D by dx of, instead of ln of x power half, I can say half into ln x. I can rewrite it as half into ln x. Ln of root x is nothing but half into ln x. We did not do any differentiation yet. We are just transforming the expression. We are just transforming the function here. Okay. Ln of root x can be written as half into ln x. Now derivative of that is 1 by 2 into derivative of ln x, which is 1 by x. The answer is 1 by 2x. The answer is 1 by 2x. Okay. There's no root x here. Answer is 1 by 2x. Okay. Log of a power n can be written as n times log a. It is a property of logarithms. X power n is equal to nx. You cannot do this. You cannot write this for other kind of functions. Only for logarithms you can do this, of course. Okay. So the derivative of ln of root x is 1 by 2x. Did we understand this particular question? Very good. Next question. D by dx of 5 by cos x. D by dx of 5 by cos x. Ln is nothing but log. Ashwati, ln is nothing but natural logarithm. It is a logarithm only. Just the base will change. Okay. Same rules apply there also. Pranav wrong. N Gayatri wrong. There you see this is a small mistake. Again, please check your answers. Devanand correct. Balamurugan is correct. Jeffrey Robson is right. Vijay Ubesh is right. Girish Khanna is right. Nagarjun is right. Atish is correct. Vikasani correct. Kavya correct. Vidushan, check your answer. Ashwati Iyer is right. Aparajita correct. Okay. So if you think, okay, sir, in this table, we don't have 1 by cos x. How do we do it? So look for how you can bring it to whatever is there in one of the table, okay? 1 by cos x is nothing but secant x. So try to transform the function. Try to rewrite the function into a familiar form. 5 by cos x can be written as 5 secant x. 5 by cos x can be written as 5 secant x. And then you perform differentiation. Okay? Transform the function into a familiar form. And then you perform differentiation. So you have converted 5 by cos x as 5 secant x. Now you do differentiation. 5 into derivative of secant x, which is secant x into tan x. That's all. Okay, so the derivative of 5 by cos x is 5 secant x tan x, like that. Vidushan is correct, but you have come down from a different way. That's all. That's also right. No issues. Cos inverse of x, no. Okay, so there is again a misunderstanding. Cos inverse of x is not equal to 1 by cos x. Cos inverse of x is not equal to 1 by cos x. That is a different function. This is a different function. Okay, Gayatri? Very good. So we'll move on. That is the first rule. So the derivative of a real number times function is equal to the real number times the derivative of the function. That is rule number 1. Next. Rule number 2 is called term by term differentiation. Term by term differentiation. Okay. When you are differentiating a function, you can break it down into several terms and then differentiate them one by one. But however, remember, in any expression, terms are separated by what operators? The terms are separated by plus, minus, such operators. Understood or not? Plus, minus operators separate terms. Terms are not separated by multiplication, division, power, these things. Okay, so these operators do not separate terms. Say, for example, what I'm saying, 3x square has how many terms? 3x square has only one term. 3x square is only one term. You should not say, sir, 3 into x, there are 3 terms. No, that is wrong. Understood or not? 3x square is 3 into x only, but that is only one term. These multiplication signs do not separate terms. 3x by 5, 3x by y, one term only. It's a monomial. Okay, 6xy, one term only, monomial. 6x plus y, two terms, binomial. Okay, 3x minus 1 by y, two terms. Ax square plus bx plus c, three terms. Okay, 3x square minus 2x plus 5x square. You have to combine the like terms and then say two terms only. So like that you have to identify. The terms are separated by plus and minus only. The terms are not separated by multiplication and division and power, etc. Okay. So 6 into 3x plus 5. How many terms? 6 into 3x plus 5 has how many terms? Yeah, 2 terms only. This is basically 18x plus 30. So this has only 2 terms. 6 is not a separate term. 6 is the coefficient of the whole thing. Okay. When I say 3x, 3 is a coefficient. 3 is not a separate term. Understood? So if I am asking you what is the derivative of 3x? D by dx of 3x is equal to, sir, derivative of 3 is 0, sir. Derivative of x is 1, sir. Therefore, the answer must be 0, sir. No, that is wrong. You cannot do this. You understand why you cannot do this? You cannot do this because 3x is not 2 terms. You cannot separately differentiate them. Understood or not? So basically, the rule basically goes like this. D by dx of f of x plus or minus g of x plus or minus h of x plus or minus and so on can be written as d by dx of f of x corresponding plus or minus d by dx of g of x plus or minus d by dx of h of x plus or minus and so on. This is basically the mathematical way to express that rule. Term by term differentiation basically says if you have a lot of terms separated by pluses and minuses, if you want to differentiate the whole expression, differentiate each term separately. Okay, we'll do some examples now. Similarly, be ready on the chat. Okay, d by dx of 5 plus x is equal to what? D by dx of 5 plus x. Correct. So d by dx of 5 plus d by dx of x. Okay, while this is 0, the other thing is 1. It is 0 plus 1 and therefore it is 1. Answer is 1. Great, nice. D by dx of 3 minus 2x is equal to, d by dx of 3 minus 2x is equal to what? Kaushik Babu wrong. Roshan Vijay wrong. Check your answers. Priya, why is it? Who said 2? 2 is wrong. Anjay. Deepti, G Deepti wrong. Tashwant wrong. Kritik wrong. Thomas Kandan, check your answer. Kaushik Babu, check your answer. Raveen, answer is -1 wrong. D by dx of 3 minus 2x. D by dx of 3 minus 2 into d by dx of x. 0 minus 2 into 1, which is basically minus 2. This is about minus 2. Devdarshan. That's okay, Ashwin. Don't worry. If it's not you, it's probably some other Ashwin. Don't worry about it. If you know the answer, you know the answer. Okay, Anjay, I did not see all the right answers. I saw only wrong answers. I'm a teacher, no? So I have a curse. I have a curse on me. I only see wrong answers. One more, of course, not. We'll do a lot more. Don't worry. D by dx of 3x square minus 2x plus 5 is equal to. Very good start. Janaranjan, check your answer, please. Suryanarayan, check your answer, please. Vidushan, check your answer. Campion Victor, check your answer. Giri Prakash, check your answer. Aprajita, right? Aprajita is right, I think. Tashwant, check your answer. Kokilan, wrong answer. Kavinraj, wrong answer. Devanand, why is there a square? Ishwar, wrong answer. Okay, so d by dx of 3x square minus 2x plus 5. There are three terms, 3x square, 2 minus 2x plus 5. There are three terms. Do it separately. D by dx of 3x square. Okay. 6x. D by dx of minus 2x minus 2. D by dx of 5 plus 0. 6x minus 2. Okay. I'll tell you some mistakes you did. Some of you did this. 6 minus 2 equal to 4. Wrong. That is wrong answer. Some of you did this. 6x square minus 2. You forgot the square thing. That is wrong. Okay, these are some other common mistakes that's done. That's why I'm telling you. Some of you did this 6x minus 2 plus 5. You retained and then you said 6x plus 3. Wrong. So these are some of the mistakes that you guys did. Okay. See, I am telling you the mistakes because we have to learn from others' mistakes also. That is why. See, if you said 6x minus 2, it's good. That's all. Don't worry. I am not judging any of you guys. Don't worry. Okay. Sir, it must be simplified to 3x minus 1. How can you simplify this to 3x minus 1? 6x minus 2 is equal to 3x minus 1. Huh? Is that correct? No, they are not equal. 6x minus 2 is not equal to 3x minus 1. If you want, you can take 2 common. That's all. 2 into 3x minus 1. That is right. You cannot neglect that 2. Yeah. They cannot. They could be, yeah, good one. Yeah, fine. No issues. I mean, in general sense, I'm saying. Okay, so fourth one. D by dx of e power x minus 3 cos x equal to. We can take 2 common. We just don't do anything with it. That's all. We just take 2 common and keep it like that. Gayatri correct. Vijay Rubesh correct. Ashwin yes correct. Balamurgan wrong pa. Check panna. Raveen wrong. Pranav correct. Giri Prakash is all right. Janaranjan wrong. Please check. This cos is a function, not a coefficient. Cos is a function. D by dx of cos x அப்படின்னு கேட்டா cos அப்படின்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது. This mistake you should not do now. Okay? D by dx of 3x is 3. Like that, d by dx of cos x must be cos. That's wrong. You cannot do that. Don't think like that. Cos is an operator. It's a function. So d by dx of e power x minus 3 cos x. D by dx of e power x minus 3 into d by dx of cos x. Okay, d by dx of e power x is e power x itself minus 3 into d by dx of cos x is minus sin x. Okay, so e power x into e power x minus of minus is plus 3 sin x is the answer. D by dx of secant x plus tan x. Next one, d by dx of secant x plus tan x. E power x is a function, it's not a constant function. E power 0 is 1. Ashwadi, e power x is not always 1, not necessarily. Manvi correct, Vijay Rubesh correct, Amrin correct. I think you all will do this right, okay? So d by dx of secant x is secant x into tan x. D by dx of tan x is secant square x, okay? You can stop here, or maybe if you want, you can take secant x as common, and what remains would be tan x plus secant x itself. Okay, the question itself is there in the answer. See, cot x into 1 plus secant, wrong. No, Sri Narayan, wrong. Others are all right. Okay, got it. Got this right? Okay, so you can separately calculate. We'll do one more, just one more. D by dx of 5x plus x power 5 minus 5 power x minus 5 by x plus x by 5 minus x plus 5. Fine. Do this. 6-1. This is taking time, huh? Siddharth MP is the first one to answer. First one, okay. Oh, you have simplified it? Siddharth MP, why did you get 4? 5 plus 5x power 4 minus 5 power x ln 5 plus 5x square plus 1 by 5. Oh, that one, okay. I think that's correct only. Sherwin, I think the last term, there is a doubt with the last term. Please check. Okay, I'll give the answer. You please check with yours. Okay, let me give the answer. You please check with your answer. Derivative of 5x 5 derivative of x power 5 plus 5 into x power 4 derivative of minus 5 power x minus 5 power x ln 5. We say ln 5. We don't write LON. We write ln only. Someone wrote LON. Okay, we do not write LON. We just say we write ln, but we read it as ln 5. Okay, minus 5 power x derivative minus 5 power x ln 5 minus 5 by x derivative 5 into minus 1 by x square. So minus of minus becomes plus 5 by x square plus x by 5. Derivative of x by 5 is 1 by 5 minus x derivative is minus 1 plus 5 derivative is 0. Okay, so that's all. This is the derivative. If you want to combine the like terms, then you say 5 minus 1 is 4. In fact, there is 1 by 5 also, isn't it? So 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 by 5 is 21 by 5 plus 5x power 4 plus 5 by x square minus 5 power x ln 5. That would be the simplest simplified form of the answer. Okay, Kiran Raj, there is a small mistake somewhere. Please check. You got 26 by 5. Maybe you did not subtract that 1. Okay, so check with the answers, please. Good. Devdarshan, what are you asking? Can you explain that ln part? Is that what you're asking? Derivative of 5 power x is 5 power x into ln 5. That's all. It's a straight thing directly from the text, from the table. Familiar function. Derivative of a power x is a power x into ln a. So derivative of 5 power x will be 5 power x into ln 5. Nothing else. Sixth question. Yeah. Derivative of the whole thing. Derivative of 5 power x is 5. Derivative of x power 5 is 5x power 4. Derivative of 5 power x is 5 power x ln 5. Derivative of 5 by x is minus 5 by x square. Derivative of x by 5 is 1 by 5. Derivative of x is 1. Derivative of 5 is 0. Those are separate terms. And you put minus wherever it is needed, put minus or plus accordingly. Raghavendra has a doubt. Let us all stop. Ask Raghavendra. But be quick about it, Raghavendra. You see, 190 students are waiting for you. No pressure. Minus 5 by x, you wrote 5 by x power. See, what is derivative of 1 by x? Derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Upper derivative of 5 by x would be minus 5 by x square. Upper derivative of minus 5 by x would be 5 by x square. That's all. That's how we got it. The doubt is cos x is minus sin x, then 1 by cos x is minus 1 by x. No, Raghavendra, it doesn't work like that. You mean to ask derivative of cos x is minus sin x? You mean to ask if derivative of 1 by cos x is 1 by minus 1 by sin x? No, it does not work like that. Derivative does not work like that. E power x as e power x into ln e. Yeah. Amrin, you can write that. E power x into ln e. That is correct only. But ln e value is equal to 1. So this becomes e power x anyway. That's all. Ln e value is equal to 1. What multiplication? No, no, Raghavendra, it is wrong. That's all I'm saying. Devadarshi, what is wrong with my answer? Which question? Is it the 21 by 5 term? Looks correct only for me. Devdarshan, can you be more specific? You didn't include plus 1 for 5 at last. No, derivative of 5 is 0. Da? Devdarshan, derivative of 5 is 0. Maybe I should have written 0. Yeah, here you go. Good. Oh, that's okay, no problem. Okay, so got it now. So these are the two rules of differentiation. First two rules. Third rule, and probably the most important and a little tricky one also. Third rule, this is the rule that you will be using forever. Okay, you will see whenever you have to differentiate a function, that function may not look very familiar to you. So you will have to reduce it. Okay. Third one is what is called as chain rule. In derivatives, the third rule is what is called as chain rule. To understand the chain rule, you need to understand what is a composite function. You need to understand what is a composite function. Say, for example, f of x is a function which applies square to the input and gives x square as output. Let us say g of x is a function which applies sine operator on x value and gives sine x as output. Okay, so f of x takes x as input and gives x square as output. G of x takes x as input and gives sine x as output. Now a composite function means a function applied on another function. This is called a composite function. Say for example, g of f of x. Okay, this is also going to be a function. I can call this whole thing as h of x. I can give a name to this. I can give a separate name to it. A combination of two functions. A function applied on another function can be given a separate function name. H of x, let us say, is defined as g of f of x. Now, what does h of x do? It takes x as an input, it squares it, and then on that output, okay, output of f of x is taken as input for g of x, and this sign is applied on it. Okay, so g of f of x actually becomes g of f of x is x square. G of x is sin x. G of x square would be sin of x square, like that. Understood or not? So if f of x is equal to x square and g of x is equal to sin x, g of f of x is nothing but sin of x square. Upon f of g of x will be what? F of g of x is nothing but f of, what is g of x? Sin x. But what does f do? F takes something as an input and squares it and outputs it. Is it not? So f of sin x. Here sin x is the input to the function f. So f will do, what does f do? It applies square on sine. So it will output sine square of x. Do you see the difference? Sine of x square is a different function. Sine square x is a different function. These two are not same. Sine of x square is not same as sine square of x. They're not same. Okay, this is sine of square of x. This is square of sine of x. There's a clear difference. Understood or not? Sine of x square is different from sine square of x. So g of f of x need not be same as f of g of x. Okay, but nevertheless, these functions, these kinds of combining functions, nesting functions inside functions is called composite function. If you're learning programming, you will know what is nesting of function within a function. Okay, but I'm not sure if you have already started learning programming, but anyway. Can composition be only done for two functions? No, not like that. I can do composition for any number of functions I want. Say for example, g of x is equal to sin x, f of x is equal to x square. Okay, say h of x is equal to e power x. We want to find h of f of g of x. This is a composite function of 3 levels. There are 3 levels of composition here. What will this be? G of x is sin x. F will square that. H will put that in the power of or exponent of e. So the answer will be e power sin square of x. Understood or not? So h of f of g of x is nothing but e power sin square x. So e power sin square x does not belong to the familiar set of functions. We wrote a table, no? In that table, this function is not there. E power sin square x is not there. However, you can break it down into several familiar functions. You could say this looks like e power y, where y is equal to sin square x. Okay, this looks like z square, where z is equal to sin x, like that. Now we have come to familiar form, right? Sin x. So that is how you break down. Did you understand the breaking down or not? That part. Did you understand this part? Breaking down part. How do you break down a composite function into several familiar functions? Okay. Say for example, ln of 3 sin square x minus 10. Let us say there is a function ln of 3 sin square x minus 10. There is a function like that. Let us say, how do you break it down into? This looks like ln y, where y is equal to 3 sin square x minus 10. Okay, but y is also a composite function. So break it down again. This looks like, which one? This one. 3 sin square x minus 10 can be broken down as, this looks like y is equal to 3z minus 10, where z is equal to sin square x. This looks like z is equal to k square, k vanda, we'll use something else. Z is equal to p square, where p is equal to sin x. Now we have come to a familiar form ultimately. So that's where you stop. Understood or not? Are we able to follow this or not? That is how you break down. I hope you are able to break it down. You are able to understand the breakdown of a function. Composite function broken down into several parts. Okay. Now see, if you want to differentiate a chain rule, a composite function, what do you do? Here I'll write it. See, d by dx of f of g of h of x, let us say, okay, is equal to, see, these are all familiar functions. I'm writing ln of 3 sine square x. See, just for the sake of it, I'm writing the ln of 3 sine square x minus 10. Okay, you know d by dx of ln x is equal to 1 by x. You know this much. D by dx of ln x is 1 by x. Apo d by dy, okay, d by dy of ln y can be written as 1 by y. Can be written as 1 by y. However, if you want to find d by dx of ln y, you cannot say this is 1 by y. That is what I'm saying. If you want to find derivative of ln y with respect to x, then you should not say it is simply 1 by y. You have to do something else also. What that something else we have to do? Here, f is a familiar function of g, not x. G is a familiar function of h, not x. H is a familiar function of x. Okay, so I can, see, try to understand. I can differentiate h with respect to x. I can differentiate g with respect to h, not x. I can differentiate f with respect to g, not x or h. Okay, so this will be differentiated like this: df by dg into dg by dh into dh by dx. Okay, they are asking you to find df by dx, but instead of finding df by dx, you will perform 3 derivatives, 3 differentiations: df by dg, dg by dh, dh by dx, because you know f as a familiar function of g, you know g as a familiar function of h, and you know h as a familiar function of x. That is why you will differentiate them separately and then you will multiply. I will tell you an example, then you will understand better. Okay, example. Say for example, d by dx of sine square x. D by dx of sine square x we have to do. You tell me, try to break it down as a function. How will you write it as? This is what function applied on what function? Don't tell me the answer. Do not tell me the answer. Tell me sine square x is what function applied on what function? Is it square of sine or sine of square? Is it square of sine of x or sine of square of x? What is it? Very good. So sine square x is actually square of sine of x. Okay, so first you are looking at square, that is the outermost function, no? First you are looking at square, something like x square. What is derivative of x square? What is the derivative of x square? Write the answer in the chat. What is the derivative of x square? 2x, correct. Derivative of x square is 2x. Okay, so can I say derivative of x, sine square x is 2 sine x? See, d by dx of x square is equal to 2x. Apo derivative of sine square x can be written as 2 sine x only with respect to sine x, not x. Try to understand this statement. Derivative of sine square x, okay, derivative of sine square, okay, I'll write it like this. Derivative of sine x, sine square x with respect to x is not equal to 2 sine x. Are we able to understand this? Derivative of sine square x with respect to x is not equal to 2 sine x. Okay, but derivative of sine square x with respect to sine x is 2 sine x. This is correct. I know how to do this, but this is wrong. But we need to calculate this only. So how do we do it? So you do it like this: d by dx of sine square x can be written as, I know how to perform this differentiation with respect to sine x. So I will multiply this in the denominator, d by d of sine x of sine square x. Now this is a familiar derivative. I know the derivative of this. But I have changed the question. As a compensation, I multiply. See, I have multiplied d of sine x in the denominator. So I have to multiply d of sine x in the numerator also. D of sine x divided by, what else is remaining in the question? Dx. Are you able to understand how we rewrote this function? Did you see how we rewrote the derivative? D by dx of sine square x is equal to d by d sine x of sine square x into d sine x of d of sine x by dx. So we have rewritten the derivative. We have broken down the composite function. Now I know that this much is 2 sine x. Derivative of sine square x with respect to sine x is like differentiating y square with respect to y. So 2 sine x into what is the derivative of sine x with respect to x? Cos x. So ultimately derivative of sine square x with respect to x is 2 sine x cos x. Understood or not? Derivative of sine square x is with respect to x is 2 sine x cos x. Oh, you can write it as sine 2x also if you want. I'm just telling you. Get it? What will be derivative of cosecant square x? What will be the derivative of cosecant square x? First you will perform derivative for square. First you will perform derivative for square. Cosecant square x looks like something square. You say it, you talk to yourself like this. Okay, you can talk to yourself like this. It looks like something squared. Derivative of that would be 2 into something. Do not forget the something. First you have to write that. Derivative of cosecant square x would be 2 into cosecant x multiplied by derivative of cosecant x, d by dx of cosecant x. Now we do it, which would be 2 cosecant x into cosecant x minus, correct? Yeah, correct only. Cot x. Hey, wrong. Minus cosecant x cot x. I got distracted by the chat. So ultimately answer would be minus 2 cosecant square x into cot x. Okay. Similarly, d by dx of e power tan square x. How do we do it? Yeah, don't worry, Kaushik. If you can stay back for 5 more minutes, it will be good. We are in the middle of something. We don't want to leave now. If there was a teacher to follow, I would have left. Okay. Yeah. So d by dx of e power tan square x. Sorry. D by dx of e power tan square x. Now this has 3 levels of composition. This has 3 levels of composition. See from the x. First, what is doing? What are you doing to x? First, you are applying tan, then you are applying square, then you are applying exponential function. Okay. So on the outset, it looks like e power something. On the outset, it looks like e power something. Derivative of e power something is e power something. You have tried that something. You cannot write e power x. You should not say e power x. Derivative of e power tan square x is e power tan square x into derivative of tan square x again. Until that something is 1, I mean something is x. You keep doing this. E power tan square x into d by dx of tan square x. Okay, that e power tan square x stays the same into this looks like square of something. So derivative of that would be 2 times something, 2 into tan x. 2 into tan x multiplied by d by dx of tan x. Now we have come to familiar function. So that will be our last step. E power tan square x into 2 tan x into secant square x. That is the derivative of e power tan square x. Got it? Yeah, so I just wanted to show it to you that working. That is why I waited a little long time. I took 10 minutes of your time. So yeah, so we'll stop today. I obviously saw there were like 120 students only left, some 10 to 5 minutes back. So it's okay. I will repeat chain rule tomorrow also. Plus, you have to try to do more derivatives. Okay, you try to answer more derivatives. It will be better. Okay. I don't understand the last one. Please explain again. Pranav. Can we do that in the second? Can we do that in the next class? Pranav? Yeah, good. Okay then. So we'll leave now. See you guys. Bye. Yeah, good. Bye.